can see, I'm not actually back at the garage yet. Motofix have allowed me to keep my car here for another week, so thanks so much for that. It's mainly because Mikhail wants to polish it this coming Saturday before the lacquer goes completely rock hard and it makes it an absolute nightmare for him. So just trying to make use of the extra couple of days. So now I am just going to throw a little bit of stone chip on the seals where they haven't seen base coat, and underneath where Matt's welding in the cage and all the underseals fallen off. So I have thrown a bit of extra primer at it already on the bare metal. Just leaving that to dry. We'll throw some stone chip on, and I will actually put a bit of proper underseal on the actual floor panel when I get it back in the garage to give another layer of protection, but I haven't got any here unfortunately. Picked up a new mask today as well. After the etch primer on the cage incident nearly killed me. I think it was like 18 quid from Screwfix for this 3M job, which is the same as I was using when I was filming Mikhail in the booth, and that is approximately 18 gazillion times better than the disposable ones that I was using, so much better. Highly recommend it if you're doing anything with paint or fumes or anything like that. Well, it doesn't look too bad under there now. Not the best job in the world. Probably not the worst either. Now, just have to demask it. Lovely. So I dragged the rear bumper in because it is an absolute state. As you can see, blue underneath, and somebody's fired, it looks like a primer or something over the top of it, but with absolutely no prep whatsoever, so the paint or primer is just flaking off completely. Aside from that, it's pretty tidy. No damage as far as I can see, other than this little scabby bit here, which is where it blew off the top of my car about a year ago. Missed bit of silver overspray from something. But the plan with this is, rather than paint it white to match the car, the front bumper, you may remember, is just a bare plastic with a Mugen lip on, which I wanted to keep because A, I think it looks pretty cool, and B, anti-stone chip. It's never going to get stone chip if there's no paint to stone chip off. So I'm going to see if I can get this somewhere matching. So the plan, and it is something I'm just going to kind of make up as I go along, is to sand it back, going through the grades of sandpaper, hopefully down to undamaged bare plastic, and then just try and kind of polish it-ish to get a nice smooth plastic finish, and with any luck it should end up looking more or less like the front bumper, so like a brand new unpainted panel. If it doesn't work, which it may well not do, coat of satin black, we'll see it looking nice. So I've made a start on the bumper this evening, and it's not going too badly, to be fair. I've just started working through the discs. Let's have a quick look. I did start with a 400, thinking that'd probably do the job and wouldn't leave too much of a mark on the bare plastic. That was taking chuffing ages. This grey primer or whatever it is, actually really thick and hard where it's not falling off. So I moved down to 320. That was doing a bit of a better job, still taking bloody ages. So I kind of gave up and went to the 180, which is taking it off really nicely. Once it gets somewhere close, I'm then switching back to the 320 just to finish it off. So you can see this is the bare plastic, kind of the finish I'm aiming for. I'm going to go over this again with kind of an 800, I think, just to try and smooth it off. That's the original primer. This is obviously the blue, and then this is obviously the horrendous primer that's over the top. So not a particularly quick job, but actually it seems to be working reasonably well. Fingers crossed. What I'm going to do now is take a little bit of a break because my hand's vibrating. So what I'm going to be doing now is just throwing a little bit of Misano red at these hinges and this steering column support bar. We did run out of paint initially due to the reaction issue, I think mainly, so I just bought a ready mix aerosol, which should do the job. actually not too shabby. I wouldn't say it's perfect, but it's certainly acceptable. And yeah, to be fair, I'm really impressed with my rattle canning. I think it does make a huge, humongous difference painting it in a nice warm spray booth rather than at -5 in a garage. And the rear bumper seems to be coming out rather nicely as well, to be fair. I've gone over this bit here with some 800 grit on the DA, and then just touched it with 2000 grit soft pad with a little bit of water just to smooth it out a little bit more. It's not too shabby. I think it would need a little bit longer with the 2000 grit, and then maybe go over with just a polish pad, maybe just to get it nice and smooth. I've no real idea how it's going to stand up the test of time, to be fair. It might turn out all grey and patchy once it's actually on the road, but like I say, it's not a hard job to throw some satin black over it if it all goes to pot, but it's worth a try, I reckon. So yeah, actually hasn't turned out all that bad. I wasn't too sure if it was going to work at all, but it seems to be working kind of as I'd hoped, to be honest with you. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, you can still see a few areas of primer here where I haven't quite got all the way down, so I need to just buzz over that with a bit of 800 and then just kind of try and smooth it out really. At the moment it just picks up dirt like nobody's business. So with any of that, once I smooth that out a bit, maybe waxed it or something, I don't know, it'll act just like a normal bare plastic bumper would and be able to wipe off fairly easily. If not, I might try and lacquer it. Don't know if it'll work, but I'll try anything once. And so here's the bumper fitted to the car, or at least placed on. Obviously does need a little bit or a lot more work to get it to where I want it to be, but it's certainly somewhere handy. A lot of people probably question why I'm putting bare plastic bumpers on my nice freshly painted shiny car, and to be honest with you, I just really like the contrast between the obviously the bare satin plastic and the really stark shiny white paint. Just adds a little bit of interest really, and it should go well with the carbon boot and the carbon bonnet as well. I've not really got any interest in just making a really clean example of any other white Dow sole out there. I'd rather it be a little bit different, a little bit unique, and that way when you see it in pictures or videos or whatever, it will instantly stand out as my Dow sole, not just another obviously quite tidy example of just a white Dow sole. So that kind of thing appeals to me far more. Anyway, that's probably a little bit romantic. What's happening today is Mikhail's coming in and just going to go over everything and polish it up, take any little nibs out of the paint and just flat it all back, try and get some of the orange peel out. So by the end of today, it should look even better than it does now. Cue the time lapse. And if any UK Dow sole owners are watching, I'd just like to point out that the medium car cover from Euro Car Parts fits remarkably well. I'm not too sure what the small one is supposed to fit, seeing as this is the medium one and the Dow sole is tiny, but there you go. And that's just about it for progress at Motofix. Carl will be coming home in the next couple of days, and I am going home now. Bye!